Hey guys, it's Steve, and I'm back today to share another Binance Smart Chain project. But this one is not necessarily just a yield farming platform, but it's really going to try to be an NFT platform. And it's not a brand new project, so you're going to have a track record that they've been doing updates and pulling off what they said they were going to do. But it is a project with a still pretty small market cap and a pretty small amount of users. And so it's really time for them to get out there, get more people looking at this. And if you get into it now, you can come and pick up all of their NFTs relatively cheaply, and you can see if this project really gets up off the ground and running. And so what project am I talking about today? We are going to look at Vlad Finance. So Vlad Finance, it's an interesting name for a token that is going to really be also an NFT platform. I admit that it looks just like a yield farming site, but you're going to see that really here they're not trying to bring in a whole bunch of TVL from all kinds of projects. They're really just creating farms for their Vlad token and then the token that you can farm, which is the life token. And so the Vlad token is a reflectionary token with a 4% fee per transaction. 2% is distributed to token holders and 2% is burned. So it's deflationary reflect token, and it only had a 1 million supply, and we're already down into the 800,000 level of that supply level, and it's going to keep dwindling as people are moving this token around and transacting with it and selling it and buying it and things like that. 4% is a little bit higher than some projects and a little bit lower than SafeMoon, the first one who kind of started doing this that I know of on the platform. I feel like it's a pretty good number. It discourages really quick entries and flips, but it doesn't really stop you from taking profit if the token moves a good amount. So that's something to know. And with the 2% fee, if anybody's taking big sales or big dumps of the coin, at least you're going to get a little bit of that back into everybody else's wallet that they hurt by going ahead and dumping the coin. I like to see that. It's a fun new mechanism that I just started looking at recently. I know it's not brand new, but it is pretty cool. So quick look at their platform. They have these farms here. The APRs are nothing like off the charts, but they're not terrible. I'd say be careful on the life token. I'll show you its chart, and it hasn't looked pretty good because it is the only token that you can farm from here. So you're going to see a lot of people who maybe have just been farming the life token and dumping it. Now, are we going to start to see some demand for the life token? I think you will if we can get more people interested in this project and what they're planning on doing. So they've minted their first set of NFTs. Now, the only way to buy their NFTs is with the life token. The life token is a limited supply token as well, where you can only get it by farming it or buying it off of the marketplace. It's currently trading at about 50 cents, while Vlad token is trading at about $1.34. So as you can see, these first ones, they cost 10 life at 54 cents. If you wanted to pick these guys up, they'd cost you about $5. There is a Pepe theme to most of their stuff, and you know that's a popular one in the crypto world, so it's a pretty safe one to go with, but they have their own little twist on it. They also, if you want to know about the art, more about the artist, they have an article on their Medium I'm going to show you in a moment, but this is just kind of a quick look. All of these are actually, I'll show you on well, first let me show you how much these cost. This is the next launch, and these ones cost 100 life. I went ahead and picked up all 6 of these today, and then they're going to have their rare launch, and as you can see, these ones, there's a whole bunch of them, 2022 of each one. These ones, there's only 666 of each one, and the next rarity, there's only going to be 66 of each one, and it's going to cost 250 life, and then I'll double check what the last one's supposed to cost, but then the last one that's coming out is going to be, I think it was 1200 life. They have a post in their Medium. I'll go over it really quick, and I'll show you the actual breakdown of some of that stuff. So if I show you them in the NFT collection, they all are kind of an animated 2D NFT. So this is what it would look like when you're looking at it on the wallet. It's got some animation to it. It moves around. They're pretty cool looking. You got these ones that are kind of built like it's on a credit card that flips around. You have this one here that's got like a smoke effect to it. And they've teased some of the new ones that are going to be coming out, but they haven't quite come out yet. They're dropping these at kind of random times, so it pays attention to be in their Telegram. I'll have a link to that. So you're going to want to be there if you want to collect these these NFTs and get a chance at that number one mint. One guy who was paying attention when they dropped a quick message in Telegram got all three of the rare mints, number one. And if this project catches on, he'll probably do pretty well with those. NFTs are a little bit new on the Binance Smart Chain. There's not that dominant marketplace like Atomic Hub on Wax or like Rarible or OpenSea on ETH, where you can really go and sell those number ones for big bonuses. There's a few NFT plays. The biggest one I know out there is Treasure Island, but that one is not a great platform. And so they're looking to grow from just issuing their own NFTs to have a complete overall NFT marketplace. And they've already hinted at the fact that their NFTs will have some kind of functionality on that platform. It does stand to reason that their items will have a way for you to stake them or use them or do something with them to get some kind of benefit in the next parts of their project. You can look at that from the fact that they started off by launching the Vlad token just as by itself, a standalone token with those deflationary mechanisms and the reflect mechanisms. And then the next part was to build the yield farms to yield the new Life token, and they did do some partnerships to allow you to do some other things with a couple other yield farm projects with their tokens, but mostly it was farm the Life tokens with the idea that you'd be saving the Life tokens as being the only way that you can go ahead and buy these NFTs. And that does mean that the last mints of these NFTs could be very, very expensive, as the Life token gets burned every time somebody buys one of these, and it's a limited supply token that'll eventually be all farmed up all out there in the world. And if you come and you want to get these and you're late, you're going to have to buy that Life token at whatever price it is now selling at, and it could be much, much more than 54 cents. I don't know that that'll happen, but I do know right now it's at a low, and I'll show you that in the charts. Let's go ahead and look at their Medium page really quickly. They go ahead and talk here. This is their page. I'll give you a link to this if you want to come and check it out. There's only like 5-6 articles. They're all really quick reads, all really informative, like lots of information, pretty well done. It's not a project that has an outlined white paper yet, so this is a pretty young project. They compare themselves to the meme project that kind of started with a community that wanted to build those memes. Everybody was laughing at them, and now it's a $75 million market cap, and the meme coins are worth quite a bit, and they drop NFTs that get sold out in minutes. Can they build that kind of community over here on the Binance Smart Chain? I don't know yet, and it's going to take a little more work. I don't think NFTs are what everybody comes to Binance for. I think they come here to chase yields and yield farming and DeFi. So we have to start to show them that there's a premium marketplace for NFTs over here, and you can come over here, you can do more with your NFTs here, and you can mint them for much less but unlike going to say Wax, that's a little more niche, you have the Binance Smart Chain community and the billions of dollars that are in the Binance Smart Chain where you can actually pull money from if they can get a really good slick looking marketplace here and bring over some talent. So that's one thing they're going to have to try to do, is maybe talk to some of those more popular artists and see if they'll issue at least a NFT over here on their platform once it is live, or some other NFTs. And I imagine if they reach out to some of the other artists, they might be able to pull that off. I'll go ahead and go here, and I'm gonna looking for the one. So this is the one where they announced the Life token. This is definitely one to check out. So we'll go over here. So here's their pools. So you can break down the multiplier that they're at, and you can see the APRs on their page. Honestly, the Life pools are the most high paying when it comes to APR, but that's also because it's most dangerous, because all 4 pools farm Life and it gets dumped. So if you get into those pools, those are going to be the most dangerous ones to get into. Let me see if I can find the one. Sorry, I should have queued this up. I'm probably just going to skip it because I don't want to. I'll put a comment once I figure it out. I'll give you guys a breakdown of the cost of the upcoming drops that are coming out. So if you do want to get a lot of Life tokens, you can go ahead and figure it out, or you'll be able to read it here on the page. So now we're going to look a little bit at the tokenomics. Like I said, they issued the coin as a 1 million coin, and they have 819,000 left. Every time somebody buys some of these, more tokens get burned. I bought a little bit today for full transparency, and I got in at that $1.34 price that they are currently at. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you the price, the chart of the token here. And so we're looking at the 1 hour chart. I believe they had a big run up with the launch of their NFTs and the video that they had by the DeFi trader user that's out there, brought some more people over here to look into it. They were going pretty steadily down here, and then you had a lot of volume come in at this $1 range. They pushed it all the way up and wicked up to $1.70. They've now retraced and beginning to look like, and this is just a 1 hour chart, but it's beginning to look like they're finding some support right around this $1.35 range. They've wicked a little bit under it to $1.32, but then come back up. They've went back up to $1.40, but haven't really broke out yet. This next hour candle will be kind of exciting. I wanted to start farming some life tokens to make it a little bit cheaper when it's time for me to try to get the next set when they come out. If they come out right away, that won't work, but we'll see what happens. I do think that nobody will be looking to pull out their tokens and really dump them out of their system, their thing. So it's something to note. Oh, one of the other things I want to show you about the Vlad token is if you go to the holders, one of the nice things about this is that the biggest single holder only owns 10% of the tokens. That is a pretty big whale, but it is nobody owns even close to the amount of tokens that are in the liquidity pools. And after that, it drops off pretty steep, and you start to get down into people who only have 1% of the token mostly of the bigger whales. So this token has had a much fairer distribution. They do talk about the fact that they had no pre-mine, they had a fair launch, and it is one, if you got into it on the first day, you had a wild ride. If you read, they had some like 800% gains and things went crazy, but now it's starting to stabilize, and hopefully we're going to see it grow from here. I do think that if they can get their NFT marketplace up and going and they continue to roll out and drop all of their new NFTs on time, that there's at least going to be people that are going to be holding this token as the team continues to deliver on what they've done so far, like they have. We're going to look quickly at the tokenomics of life. So the total supply of life is only 338,000. This is why I told you there's just not that much of this coin. And it's only on 655 address. If you look at the holders, you have the liquidity pools here on PancakeSwap are holding the most, and then you've got a couple big people, and then this is the Tau. They have a life Tau pool over on the Tau project, and I'll have a link to that as well if you want to check out that. It just gives a little bit more use case for this token while you're holding it and using it, and another way for you to get tokens is over there. They have a pool where you can get the life token. They do have a burn address, so like I said, as people buy the NFTs, they're going to be burned. So they have 10,000 of the coins that have been burned, and again after that the holders are very small. It's spread out. There's not a lot of huge whales here, so that's a good thing to see as well. But the life token has had a downward momentum, and that really becomes whether or not the people who are farming it are believers in the NFT market that they're going to build in the NFT utility. I don't know if they've sold that well enough to their entire community, and I'll go back to their site in a minute to talk about why. I just want to try to wrap this up relatively quickly because I'm trying to do quicker videos now, guys. So as you can see, this has just been mined and sold, mined and sold, mined and sold, mined and sold, a little spike up here, and then sold, and then a little spike up here. I did buy some today at that 54-cent mark, but I immediately used them to get the NFTs. I just looked at it, hey, that's my price to buy the NFTs. I wasn't buying them to get into the pools. I don't know if I would buy them to get into the pools. I wouldn't suggest you buy a token that can only be farmed. I'd suggest buy them and spend them if you want the NFTs, or farm them and sell them if you're not interested, but you think those APRs and the idea of the Vlad token and the overall marketplace they're building being something that's exciting. Just quickly, I did a quick little comparison on the market caps. So Vlad is sitting right around $1.1 million market cap. This will go up and down as the token gets more contracted. It could start to go up a little bit quicker, while the meme market cap, which is the project they're kind of emulating, is over here at 75 million. So it does show that a fun meme-ish theoried NFT project can grab hold and get popular, but you really need it to get a bunch of users. And that would be the one thing that I said that they have to work on and grow. Their Telegram, let me go ahead and take a quick look at their Telegram here. Sorry, I was in the wrong one. So we're sitting at about 2,500 members, which is a strong amount, but I'd like to see us get that number up. And the other thing is, if you go and look at their NFTs, They've only minted 128, 181, and 127. People don't seem to like the gray one. And then they've done, I guess maybe a little better here on the Valhalla one. They've got 29, 19, and 18 of these ones that cost a little bit more. So I'd like to see these sell out. To be completely honest, they're relatively cheap, or to see more of them, more people buy them, because when you look at the actual Vlad token, and holders, they have over 1,500 holders, but they haven't been able to sell very many of these NFTs. Now that might change very drastically when, if we go to this home tab here, they tell us what they're going to be used for. So they talk about the fact that they have minted over 500 NFTs between all of the different ones, and that is a good thing, but they're not really getting close to their sellout. But they said just wait until you hear about their upcoming utility. So right now, you're just buying these NFTs and they just sit in your wallet. There's no real marketplace for you to resell them yet because they haven't been, it hasn't been built. So you're taking a bit of a leap of faith picking them up, that the team is going to deliver on those things, but eventually they are hopefully going to be able to, they're going to show us, you know, I imagine there'll be some kind of snaking of the NFTs, or maybe some kind of profit share from the marketplace will be given to people who hold the NFTs. I'm speculating. I don't know. The team will have to tell us what's going on, and once they do, I will do another video and let you guys know. So I hope you like this quick look at Vlad Finance. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. That covers really everything I wanted to go over. As you can see, I did buy a little bit and put it in the staking farm. I've farmed a whole like 20 cents since I did that. I only got into this today, guys. So if you see this video and you decide to hop in or look at it, you know, you're getting in at the same time as me. But I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody who invests in projects that I enjoy and like. And I love NFTs. I'm a big user of Wax because I like those kind of NFTs on a platform where it's usable. I couldn't get into Ethereum NFTs because of the market fees were just too much for me to come and play around. Like, you can't buy a $5 NFT on Ethereum. I bought 3 $5 NFTs on Vlad Finance today, and it was no big deal. So hopefully you want to come and take a look at this. And thanks, everybody. This is Steve saying goodbye.